In this media, you are going to learn about the gas cutting operation. Initially, connect fuel gas regulator to the fuel gas cylinder and oxygen regulator to the oxygen cylinder. Connect the red hose to the fuel gas regulator and the blue hose to the oxygen regulator. Before starting the operation, adjust the oxygen and acetylene gas pressures to required levels. Never allow the acetylene gas pressure to exceed 15 psi. Because at higher pressures, acetylene becomes unstable and may get exploded. Adjust the oxygen gas pressure between 25 to 40 psi. Select the correct cutting tip and install it in the cutting torch head. Now, ignite the torch by slowly opening the acetylene valve. Adjust the valve until you have a yellow flame of about 10 inches long. Make sure that the flame begins at the torch tip. If excess amount of acetylene is supplied, the flame will jump or be blown away from the tip. Now, slowly turn on the oxygen valve. Due to the complete combustion of oxygen and acetylene gases, the yellow color flame turns to light blue. Increase the amount of oxygen gas until the blue flame begins to shrink back towards the tip. Now, open the acetylene valve and increase the pressure until the length of the flame equals the thickness of the sheet to be cut. At this stage, remember that if we hear a blowing noise, there is probably too much of oxygen at the flame. Then, reduce oxygen gas until the flame is stable and cone-shaped flame is formed internally. Now, keep markings on the sheet metal according to the required dimensions. The tip of the inner flame should be in contact with the surface of the metal sheet. You will need to heat the steel with the flame and luminance at this location. Time taken to cut the metal depends on the thickness and temperature conditions. Hold the torch perpendicular to the work. Remember that the tip of the flame should be steady and about 3/8 of an inch from the metal surface. Oxygen jet is released slowly by pushing the oxygen lever down. This will ignite the molten metal. Torch tip is moved slowly along the marking lines so that the jet will cut through the metal. We should see that the sparks and molten slag are coming out through the other side of the cutting surface. Cutting process should be slow for a better surface finish. At the end of the cut, release the cutting oxygen lever and close the control valves of the oxygen and acetylene. Cool the workpiece with plenty of water. Finally, clean the cut and inspect for the defects, if any. Now, you have learned about the gas cutting operation.